Good evening, I'm Karen Larson. Here's a look at some of today's top stories from 2 Works for You. As classes get underway in Bixby, students and parents are learning a 6th grade teacher at North Intermediate Academy tested positive for COVID-19. Bixby Superintendent Rob Miller says the teacher had mild symptoms and decided to be tested before interacting with students. Miller says immediately after learning of the positive result, the school took action before the students returned this morning. 4 other teachers who were with the teacher that they were in contact with are now in quarantine. Tonight, 8 TU football players have tested positive for the coronavirus, and nearly a dozen more are now under quarantine after contact tracing. Practice paused since testing last Wednesday. The athletics director calling the move prudent and necessary. Those 8 students who tested positive are asymptomatic and none have needed to go to the hospital. They're going to remain isolated until they're medically cleared to play. More unemployment money could be available to Oklahomans. Governor Kevin Stitt says the state sent in a grant application to start getting an extra $300 in unemployment to Oklahomans. This is part of the Lost Wages Assistance Program to give people who file a claim an extra $300 a week in benefits. And the Tulsa Housing Authority is launching an emergency program to help people with rent. It's going to use money from the CARES Act funds for Tulsa County and provide emergency payments to residents who need help paying their rent because they've lost jobs or income from the pandemic. Applications open Monday, August 24th, and they'll be accepted until September 4th. Now for our weather outside, cooling off over the next couple of days. It's going to be really nice. And look at those morning lows in the low 60s for the next several days. It is going to warm up to the low 90s for the weekend and then back to more normal temperatures next week with highs in the mid 90s. And that is a look at some of the stories that are making headlines today. Stay with 2 Works for You for updates around the clock.